guys, what's up? Thank you so much for coming back to check me out yet a mother freaking again. And I'm back, mother effer. I know it's kind of crazy because all 5 of you that follow, you know what I mean, my Loc journey, my breakup journey, my celibacy journey, my journeys, you know, that follows my channel faithfully. I appreciate you for sticking around. I know it's been this probably the longest with the exception of when I first started my channel that I have not been active. So much has happened in such a very short time. Even though I've been away for a little bit, so much has happened, and I'm just like, so now I'm at a place in life where, you know, life has simmered on down, and let's just get started. I do have my little checklist here, you know, so I can refer and kind of stay on topic, because you know I drift. I do that a lot. And yeah, I decided to come back to you guys, you know, all dialed up and whatnot. So, you know, because it's been a minute since I came here. So why not come back like a surprise? So if you watched the little sneak peek clip that I posted the other day, you know that I have been definitely changed. I have changed. I have been a little different from how I normally am, and I blame that on this cut, honey. So let's just get into it, and you know, we're going to do a quick length check, and then we're going to address the elephant in the room. So let's go. Now that we got lint check out the way, I am 3 months and going 3 months. Now that we got the lint check out the way, I am 3 years going on 3 years and 2 months locked. We'll do the math later, you know. Anyway, this is what it's looking like for me. And let's address the elephant in the room. So obviously I have locks that are missing. I really cut my locks. And you know, when I posted my last video, I was just like, I know ain't nobody coming for me because they think this is a mother freaking clickbait. Because it wasn't a clickbait. Like, I really 9 locks, honey. I don't have 9 locks. I am minus 9 locks since I last gave y'all a lock update, and that's probably a little finicky at that because there's more to my lock update that I discovered like after 3 years. So anywho, let's get into the lock cut. So the reason why I cut my locks was because I was living my life on the edge, and that's as proper and as, you know, neutral as I can go. I was living my life on the edge, and I needed to cut my locks. I'm just gonna keep it there for professional purposes. Part of me being away is because I went back to work, so you know, I'm going to be a lot more filtered than I have been during the pandemic with me out of work for the time being, even though I still have my business, even though I took a little pause, but moving on. You know, when I first first of all, when I decided that I was going to get my locks cut and do this whole look, I was just trying to decide, like, do I really, really want to do this? Is this really the way for me, you know? But destiny led me here. And you know, when life throws you lemons, you make strawberry lemonade. So that's what I did. I made strawberry lemonade out of the things that life threw at me. And because I live my life on the edge, I'm a very edgy girl, it required for me to cut some locks and just cut my hair. And you know, I'm not one for short hair. I don't care if it's this much. I don't like short hair at all. So like making this decision was like really like a hard pill to swallow. When I had those scissors and I had to cut, I was just like, you know what I mean? Like I had no choice. Like I just went for it. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at now. In the background, they know that I'm filming, and you're just gonna let them do that. Okay. So anyway, so when I first got the cut, I was like, wow, like this isn't too bad after all. And shout out to my boy Inf from the hood. He's, you know, he from the hood and he cut hair and he real nasty at what he do. I didn't ask for much. I wanted a very feminine cut. I wanted to be feminine on the style. I didn't want no sharp little nigga cut. You know what I mean? And he just took my vision and he went with it and he looked me out. You know what I mean? And he made me feel confident in this haircut. So it's been about a week and my hair is growing. This is something that I initially went in thinking I'm going to do this temporary, but instantly I was like, I don't know. I may stick around a little bit longer than I wanted to or anticipated, because I'm actually kind of feeling it, even though I'm not obsessed with short hair. I'm feeling it. So with that being said, y'all, I don't care how long or short your loose natural is. I already got to play with product and I do not miss this at all. Like I am shortcut here and I have to maintain this more than I maintain this. And it's like so annoying. So with that regard, I definitely will be reattaching those locks, you know, as soon as I grow my hair out. I am going to play with this cut for a little bit. You know, I'm going to end up like letting it grow out some more. I'm going to end up seeing what I can do with it and possibly develop like a signature look out of it, because I have some ideas in my head before I completely go back and reattach my locks. But I'm kind of digging it, you know what I mean? And for me, somebody that's like, I love to switch up my look or whatever, and you know what I mean, I never anticipated me doing this, you know what I mean? It kind of just happened, and when it happened, it just was like, yo, this kind of dope. It's kind of dope on me, you know what I mean? It was so funny because my boy Imp, he was coming like, yeah, now all the dykes gonna try and holler at you. I'm like, please don't. She's not gay. She's not bisexual at all. But I love it because in this moment in my life, this cut represents exactly, it represents the story that's happening in my life right now. So, you know how people, when they go crazy, they just cut all their hair off? That's not it. It's just, you know, there was a part of my life, a portion of my life since I've been gone that was a little bit on the edge, and it required for me to fall into this hairstyle. How do I feel now that I have my hair cut, my locks going? I feel crazy, I'm not gonna lie, because, you know, after 3 years I cut my locks, and it's just like, I've groomed these babies, you know, I have a connection to them. And no, I've never been that person that thought like, oh, spiritually this, that, and the third. But you grow your locks, you know what I mean, you definitely have some type of attachment to them, and it's definitely more intimate than you getting a sew-in, you put in temporary braids in your hair. Like, this is definitely a connection. This is the journey. This is hard work, and everything that you put forth into your hair and caring for your hair, it shows in your lock journey, you know what I mean? So this is just a part of my story, you know what I mean? So I do kind of feel crazy. It feels a little surreal, but at the same time, I'm loving the look. I'm loving it. I'm embracing it. I have no choice, you know what I mean? It is what it is. What's done is done, and what it is what it is, okay? So therefore, I will also be sharing a hair growth journey, because I will be growing my hair back so that I can reattach my locks, I did purchase the little duo package from Keisha Charmaine. If you guys don't know, she is the reason I got these. Are not something personal, but I've been wanting my like earlobe stretched, but I didn't want it with my first ear hole. And all of a sudden, one day, very randomly, after following her for over a year, I realized she had her second ear hole stretched. And I'm now at a 00. I don't know, I may stretch again, but she's the reason why I considered stretching my second ear hole. So shout out to Keisha Charmaine. She's very well respected in our loc community, and I respect her loc growth, her loc journey, you know. So I'm happy that I finally, you know, took the opportunity to use, you know, my journey and incorporate it with hers and her business by, you know, purchasing her dual loc oils. So I'm gonna see how that works in my hair, and I'm happy to try it, and I'll keep you guys posted on it. And yeah, I'll just keep you guys, that will be a completely separate journey, but I'll keep you guys posted on that. But yeah, so what's number 2? So okay, so now that I got the elephant out the room, out the way, I want to talk about palm rolling, because in my last like loc update video, I explained to you guys that I realized because I had been palm rolling for over 2 years, my locks began to get a lot thinner at the roots than they started or whatever. You know what I mean? So with that, as a result of realizing that, I decided to, you know, switch back and forth from palm rolling to retwisting at the roots. Now, one thing that I learned with doing that is that for me, palm rolling, when I palm roll my locks look cleaner with the retwist, and my retwist lasts a lot longer. So what you're looking at now right here is a palm roll retwist. And I'm like, yo, I like when I was retwisting it and I was palm rolling my hair, I was just like, oh, I hope it doesn't get any thinner. But you know, I took the chance because I knew that with this haircut, I can't slip. I can't be slipping. I have to come correct. I have to lay the edges. I have to lay the hair. I have to smooth. I have to squirt. I have the product moisturize. Oh, like this little section of hair that's missing is just like totally beyond me, and it's so much maintenance just with this little part. Okay, I do not miss that at all. Long, short, loose, natural, I don't miss it. But you know, I'm working with what I got right now. And with that being said, in regards to palm rolling or retwisting in general, I also realized that, you know, personally for me, I did experience damage, you know, now that I'm 3 years locked in, you know, for some reason, everything just started standing out, you know, now that I'm 3 years locked. But I did realize that I experienced damage in my locks because I went without you know, a routine retwist. Now, you know, going into my loc journey, I knew that this was something that's like kind of glorified in the loc community. A lot of people love to go months and months and months without retwist, but what they don't tell you is, for some people that have fine hair, and I have fine hair, it's an absolute no, don't do it. That's what it is over here. You know what I mean? And I started picking this up, you know, within the last year that I've been locked, my second going into my third year, I started picking that up. But I also got very, very lazy, and that's something that tends to happen, obviously, because your locks are a lot longer, they're a lot more mature, so you can neglect them more. You know, so because of that, my retwist I went from retwisting my locks every month to 6 to 8 weeks to 3 to 4 months to whatever, you know what I mean? And because as a result of that, which I thought was touche, not only did I gain, you know, a double-headed dragon from it, and it's somewhere right here. You see? I gained the double-headed dragon from it, and I also like got thinning at the roots because I realized the thinning is from breakage. It's not from the hair going into this part and going into that part. It's literally from breakage, from not maintaining it properly. There are some people that has very, very thick roots. I have very, very fine hair. Obviously, I have beautiful, healthy hair, but my hair is fine, you feel me? And I can't do with, you know, women and men that have thick roots. You know what I mean? I can't do it, you know? And now that I have this cut, I'm going to have to go in every 2 to 4 weeks to retwist my locks and, you know, just get my locks back on a healthier state and try to, you know, get it where it was within my first year and a half loc journey. So I definitely wanted to throw that out there as part of my loc update, you know. And speaking of double-headed dragons, I don't just have the one, I have the two. I have the two. And obviously this started a long time ago. Tell me why a week after my 3rd year loc journey, I just discovered this. Like, it just happened. Like, I was in the car and I was jamming, I was riding, and I was just like playing with my locks, and I was like, hold up. Now, if you watched my videos in the past or came across a couple when I mentioned the double-headed dragon is not anything that I ever wanted for my locks. It was just not it. Like, I don't think it's cute, or I didn't. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, I hope I never get that. Now that I have it, it's kind of like, I don't think it's cool, and I don't hate it. You know what I mean? Now I'm just like, it's a part of my journey, and I find it, okay, maybe I do think it's cool. I find it interesting, you know? Especially because this one has been developed long time ago. And moving on, when I discovered this double-headed dragon, I also discovered, as you can probably see, there are lint buildup. Yes, I have lint buildup in my smaller locks in the back, and I was just blown away by it, you know. But I'm not too surprised, because I know when it comes to me washing my locks, and you know I use my apple cider vinegar shampoo to detoxify my locks. This is not buildup, it's lint. I examined it, had other people look at it. It's lint. I realized that, you know, I really don't do, like, I don't pay too much attention to the nape of my neck. You know what I mean? So yeah, so this would be an interesting thing to see if my apple cider vinegar shampoo cleans this out. But these are literally like the bottom, the first row in the back locks, and obviously, you know, my hair is dripping there. You feel me? So it's a lot of snag and tag and all that, you know what I mean? Let me just cross some things off as I go along. I talked about that. I do plan on doing a future video, just to keep you guys posted. I do plan on doing future video updates behind my loc journey hair growth, or my hair growth, you know, with the Keisha Charmaine products, and give like my honest review, you know. So don't hate me, because, you know, it's going to be honest. I don't anticipate anything bad. Her locks are beautiful, you know, so I expect the best performance out of my locks using her products. And let's see, I'm pretty much almost done with this. So yeah, so you guys know that I was focused on combining my Cynthia locks, and I did, and I never sewn this one, but in my last retwisting video, I sewn and added new lock sprinkles. Well, guess what? I no longer have that lock. It was right here. It was right here. So I lost one of my Cynthia locks. And again, if you've been following me, you know, periodically, sporadically throughout my, you know, first videos on, you would know I called the two like sideburn locks Cynthias. Those were my twin locks, my Cynthia locks, the ones that were a pain in my ass. And actually, the one that was on this side was the thicker and better, stronger one than this one. So, you know, whatever, it is what it is. But, you know, that lock is no longer here with us for now. Okay, I And just 2 more updates and then I'm done. We're at 20 minutes. I do plan on starting a brand new spanking new Loc Journey. Aside from this, because this is going to be on its own. I was like even considering like, should I cut my hair, you know, completely off now that I'm doing this? Should I start fresh now? No, it's not something that I'm going to do, but I did want to bring to you guys attention that, you know, after just, you know, being 3 years locked, and, you know, I learned that, you know, after my locks reach a certain length and I hit certain goals, you know, even with dyeing my locks, I want to dye my locks jet black. I talk about it every year, annually. Loc Journey update. I want to dye my locks jet black, but I want my locks to reach a certain length before I do that, because I want to see these tips dripping, honey. And then not only that, but there's lock sprinkles that I've mentioned the last couple of years that I want to add to my locks once my locks reach a certain length. So because of that, I'm still going to stick around for probably another 2 years. You know, if my locks continue to grow in the way that it's been growing, and, you know, there are no more cutoffs, that's something that I plan on doing. I will be starting a new Loc Journey, and my new Loc Journey will be thicker locks. I really, really want thicker locks. I have my oldest daughter, both of my daughters are locked. But my oldest daughter, she's over 2 years locked now, and she has very thick locks, and I just absolutely love her locks. So that is something that I look forward to doing, you know, starting a thicker Loc Journey. And I will be cut them off. I'll be cutting them off. And speaking of my daughters, you know, in case you don't know, I started 3 other people Loc Journey within my Loc Journey. I didn't start my locks, but I maintained my locks, and I always have been. So I started my daughter's locks, my oldest daughter locks first. I started her locks with, oh shoot, it's almost time. I'm gonna have to go, y'all. It's time for my FaceTime with my sisters and brother, but I'll be there soon. They're calling me right now. But long story short, I'm going to give you guys an update on, you know, both of my daughter's locks and my brother's locks, because it's been a minute since I updated you guys on my brother locks, as well as my oldest daughter locks. And I never shown any pictures or any journey update with my youngest daughter locks. But stay tuned. I started their locks 3 totally different ways. I started my brother's locks, you know, with comb coils. I started my daughter's locks with the double strand twist, and I started my youngest daughter's locks with the braid locks. So stay tuned for that, because that will be interesting, because it's pretty neat. All right. But anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been my 3rd year and going on 2 months Loc Journey update. I will catch you guys another time. Peace and love and harmony, and be blessed. Yes.